We could have kept going. I didn't realize I had it on loop, but there you go. There's the
We could have
brand
played that the whole time.
We could do that. For those of you who are not aware, that was my attempt at recreating the Grindhouse intro, because apparently all that stuff's copyrighted. So I had to do an homage.
Grindhouse homage. Hello, welcome to Movie Club. We're short-handed today. Everybody's late today. We are hoping to see Sun soon. We know she'll be on. We may be seeing Marilyn. She's going to try to make it, but she did send in a video review. Brian had to bail last minute, so he did a quick video review for us as well. So we have that. And then Krystle is just MIA. We don't know. Krystle should be on, but we don't know. Maybe she hated the movie that much, but I doubt it.
Maybe she's out.
I've loved this movie of all people. So she probably forgot to watch it, knowing Krystle. And usually she does call me like a couple days beforehand and asks what the movie is and if she's watching the right movie. She didn't do that this week, so I'm a little nervous.
Maybe we can check out her stream and like try and figure it out.
Oh yeah, I didn't see a watch party stream.
I'm sure. Yeah, she maybe she just spaced on this month. We don't know.
Hello, Brian. Hello, Robert.
Hello,
everyone. Welcome.
Thanks for coming to our short-handed segment of Movie Club. I was gone last month for the first time. I've missed my first missed Movie Club, but you guys had Joe fill in for me.
And you submitted a score, which I was very appreciative of.
The second score of Movie Club in about 24 months. We have how many episodes have we had? 24? I think we're 24. I think we're up to 24, 25. Because 2 years. 2 years in October.
Oh, how the time flies.
Yeah. So Joe has 2 scores. And
give me 2.
What are you going to do? So he's out getting sushi tonight. As we know, Joe likes to go get sushi every time we have Movie Club. But we're here. We watched it. We watched Jennifer's Body. We did our homework. I didn't watch the unrated version. There is an unrated version, apparently.
I also watched the regular version.
No, the unrated version.
I think I just watched like the original theatrical cut. There were a few different options that I could find. One of them was free, but I hate advertisements so much. You watched the free one? What were the ads like? Like, was it like full-on commercial segments?
It was, some of them were really long and some of them were pretty short. I think the longest was like 2 minutes because it actually takes down online. But they were all for Freevee.
That's what I had seen.
Yeah.
I started it before work yesterday and I was like, all right, I got an hour and 40 minutes to go exactly. We got to get through this. I don't got time for stopping for deodorant or Amazon ads or whatever. We just got to go. Got to plow through. No ads. So I paid for something. Which one? I don't know. We'll find out here as we talk about it.
I did not. I watched the Freevee version as well. What's up, Scott? Hello, everyone. I watched the Freevee version. Marilyn texted me, by the way. See what she said. She's gonna hop on late. She'll be on in a little bit.
All right.
We hope. We'll see.
So Brian asked a very good question in the comments. He said that he has not seen this movie before. So would you say it's worth watching?
Well, we can't say that yet.
Well, you don't have to give your score.
Don't give it away.
Would you watch it again?
No. Never.
There you go.
Unless you really like Megan Fox. Let's talk about Megan Fox first. This is the only reason to really watch this movie. She's very attractive, as we know.
Yes, this is true.
If you are into that sort of thing, maybe it's worth it. If you're into attractive Megan Fox.
So the year was
attractive in Transformers too, but I'd watch Transformers again, but not for Megan Fox. I like Transformers.
But yeah, this is definitely coming off of her Transformers success, and a lot of the background information that I had read was saying that the movie was being marketed directly towards and I remember because I was in high school when this came out. Sorry to date everyone, but I was in high school when this came out.
Okay,
So
elementary school.
I was in kindergarten.
You're like, yeah, get out of here.
So you're.
How did you even
6
watch?
years younger than
watching
me?
this movie?
I don't know. I was just I didn't say I watched it. I was just in kindergarten when I came.
But I remember distinctly being in that demographic of high school kids. Hey, check it out. It's Megan Fox in this movie. She's gonna eat people, but she's also sexy, but also Panic at the Disco does the soundtrack. Which, by the way, I should say, Fueled by Ramen, for those who might not know, did all of the alt, emo, and indie rock music from the early 2000s. Paramore, Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, Florence and the Machine. Everybody that was anybody in the 2000s was Fueled by Ramen. So Fueled by Ramen did the entire soundtrack for this, and it was very much like a get out your flip phones, let's go to the movies. Get your mom to drop you off because you don't have a license.
I'll be honest. I was looking forward to this one. I had never seen it. I don't know if you guys haven't seen it before.
Nope.
None of us saw it before. I wonder if there was anyone who had seen it before who's in movie club. We won't know. Maybe
I know that
we'll find out if Brian and Marilyn's son did, but I don't know if we'll find out if Krystle.
Brian and Marilyn had both not seen it, I believe.
I was excited because I had heard it was good. I don't know from who. I heard it was underrated.
Well, yeah.
I also heard it was ahead of its time. Somebody had told me it was ahead of its time. I didn't see that. I don't know what that was about.
So I can tell you real quick what the whole thing is. Everybody was like, "Oh, Transformers," and everyone thought it was just going to be basically it bombed. It didn't do too well at the box office when it came out. But sometime in 2018 or in the last few years, some people started writing about it and watching, and they were like, "Oh wow, this has a lot of feminist undertones. Or this has a lot of progressive thoughts, and the characterization is." So there were some elements of it that I think got overlooked because it was originally advertised as sexy Megan Fox eating boys.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. And it's directed by the girl who's the showrunner of that new show, what's it called?
Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets. That's what it's called, right?
It's directed by Yellow Jackets, and it's written by the same girl that did Juno.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I also found a article. It was top 35 LGBTQ movies, and this was actually one of them listed as one, which I was surprised. But yeah, I went into this because Noah had watched it before I had, and I was kind of trying to ask him about it at the office, and from everything I gathered online before I finally sat down and watched it, I was like, is this just spooky Mean Girls? And that's kind of what I went into thinking it would be, and it almost was, but not at the same time.
I wish it was spooky Mean Girls. It would have made me
right. I can definitely see that comparison for sure.
Yeah, especially with Amanda Seyfried.
I could it was it left a lot of meat on the bone, if that makes sense. I feel like it had a lot more potential than it didn't live up to the potential it had.
Right.
I think there was some good moments. Certainly some good moments. It was fun. I agree with Scott. It's campy. It was pretty forward for it. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, for the time it came out, maybe not quite now. I kind of wish they would make this now. Make a better version of it or something. It was campy. There's funny moments meant to be funny. It wasn't trying to be super scary. But I don't know if it ever found its footing as far as being what it wanted to be. Like it was like they didn't go for it to be super scary, but they didn't also go for like the humor as much as maybe they could have. So it was kind of stuck in this like in between for me. And
I think that's actually a very good analysis. That because like there were definitely points where I was like, some of this dialogue is really well written, and it's like funny and it's subtly funny. But then other times I'm like, it's not a comedy though. Like it hasn't pushed its way to be a comedy, but it also hasn't pushed its way to be a horror movie. So like you're right, like right in the middle is pretty much what I would say too.
I kind of just wish they pushed the boundaries of being more like scarier and then more levity, sort of like what Fright Night was supposed to be. Like Fright Night was in the 80s. I mean, we reviewed Fright Night here, and it wasn't as good watching it the second time. But there was that humor mixed with the scary elements that this was, I guess, going for. It just never landed.
Yeah,
and there was never a part where I was ever like scared or like. Even close to scared, or even like that much of like there was no jump scare that was like, oh my god, like there was nothing like that.
I'm gonna go and say with David Wall, I don't even know, dude, because Shaun of the Dead is like that cracks me up, and the directing.
That's a great
much lesser. Wright. Why isn't that on Movie Club? We gotta put Shaun of the Dead.
Edgar Wright is such a kinetic director too. Like there's so much like movement and camera angle. Like Edgar Wright is a phenomenal director. I'm not saying that this girl isn't, but there's so much more to Shaun of the Dead. I felt like this had a lot more.
This isn't even in the same.
No, it's not in the same league because Shaun of the Dead, like Shaun knew what it wanted to be, right? Like Shaun of the Dead is a full, complete movie. It's part of the Cornetto trilogy of Edgar Wright's films. You know, it stands alone. Jennifer's Body, I think, as we've all been saying, it just didn't find its footing. I don't know.
Yeah. It
didn't come together.
Right. It never came together. But on the flip side, if you like to look at Megan Fox, I say go for it.
That leads me into a point. So there was definitely a time point after Transformers where there was like this huge wave of Megan Fox hate. Like so many people just would trash on Megan Fox for essentially no reason. And now people are looking back. Like I've watched videos on this and they're like, why did we hate Megan Fox so much? We just hated her like because she was she was just conventionally attractive. And I don't know when that weird hate started with her. And I don't know if that was like 2009 when this came out, or like, am I like crazy?
No, you're not wrong. Because
on her acting more so, right? Like she didn't have a lot of range as an actor.
I guess, yeah, it was that.
Maybe. I mean, allegedly. I'm not going to say I thought she was fine in this. I thought she was. Yeah. She was good. She
definitely held her own. You know who was the best though?
Did I think she was a high school senior or whatever she's supposed to be? No, like she looks like she's 30 in this. What was you gonna say now?
I was gonna say J.K. Simmons stole the show. He was phenomenal in this. Every scene he was in, I was all over the moon. They gave him the little friggin' hook hand too. There's something funny about that, but
I forgot. Yeah, seeing him in it was cool.
Yeah. I don't know. Scott's asking if there was something with Megan Fox and Michael Bay that might have.
Michael Bay and her had some kind of weird falling out. I forget the whole drama, but that came out later on, though, I think.
All I remember is
am I glitching?
A little bit.
No, just in school, like there were so many boys that were just like, "Oh, Megan Fox was so hot," and then everybody, it was one of those like antithesis, pendulum type of things. Like, okay, well, everybody's saying she's hot, so like, screw all those people. She's not that hot. There's other people out there. So I feel like that had to be part of the pushback. Was just like, the culture of it blowing up. Because Transformers was huge, but also.
Brian says the whole thing is glitching for me. Interesting. That's not great.
Brian, take out the cartridge, blow in it, and put it back in.
Yeah, see if that helps. I guess we could go through some of like favorite moments, least favorite moments. I'm trying to recollect some of my favorite scenes.
I can tell you mine right off the bat. When they're sacrificing Megan Fox at the altar, and they just start singing 8775309.
Oh right.
And the fact that they're so nonchalant about it too.
Hence the campy scene.
Yeah, and when you break it down, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched it, Megan Fox gets kidnapped by an indie rock band, and they sacrifice her to Satan in hopes of going platinum.
They're trying to, and they think she's a virgin. I don't know why they thought she was a virgin. What did she tell them? She was a virgin? Like, this girl looks like she's 30. There's chances are low.
Also, how did the fire even start? Was that ever covered, or was that just like, oh, there's a fire?
And
that was weird. Like, there's a lot that didn't add up in this movie. Like, the fire started, and it just started killing everybody, like engulfing everybody. And I thought it was the lead singer of the band who did it until they showed the flashback of them kidnapping her and sacrificing her. So clearly they didn't have any power at that moment. Mm-hmm. They were just a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, they just casually stroll out of the bar like, hey, you want to go for a ride?
Yeah, and like it made zero sense.
Would you let your best friend go in a van by herself?
Bad idea.
With a bunch of random rock stars.
I mean,
no, not when she looks like that too.
And then she also
she's all spaced out, you know.
Yeah, she's just sitting there, and the door closes on her. And I don't know if that was supposed to be like, I don't know if that was like, oh, that's commentary on her, or I don't know what if it was just that's.
I'm a backdoor virgin. That's right. She does say she's a backdoor virgin. But then she goes in the van. She tells Needy to like go away, right? And then like 10 minutes into the car ride, she's like, she starts getting a bad vibe. Like, you're in a fucking van with a bunch of dudes you don't know. Like, what, it took you this long to figure out this is a bad choice?
Yeah.
Like, that part made very little sense to me. But you know, she just made a bad choice. What are you gonna do? And
there's nothing wrong. If you want to be a roadie, be a roadie, you know, to each their own. But I just felt like she wasn't in the right mindset to decide that she was going to be a roadie.
Especially after the fact that the whole bar went up in flames.
Chris Pratt was trampled.
Everybody was, is it Chris Pratt?
Chris Pratt. You know Chris Pratt was in this?
I didn't even notice.
You told me, and then I was gonna look for him, and then I didn't even remember.
So he's in. They're in the bar. He shows up. He's got like the deer hunting shirt and the camo baseball hat, and he's kind of flirting with Megan Fox, and she grabs him, and he goes like, "Oh," and then he walks away.
Was that really Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so out of it. Well, I should have known that.
Yeah, fellow cop. Also, if Megan Fox is a cadet, she should know better than getting in a van with strangers. Let on. Satanists, no less.
Either way, there was some bad choice. The fact that the whole bar went up in flames and killed everybody, and then she was just like, "Oh, I'm going to go party with the band." It was a little weird that happened. Oh wait, we have an addition to the team.
Yay!
Go team!
Yay!
Welcome,
hi guys.
It's our very own Megan Fox son.
If you order Megan Fox from Wish, yeah.
Stop.
Thank you. I wish.
Hi, son.
Awesome. I don't think I'd be drawing if I actually looked like her. I would probably be dating a rock star and doing.
Maybe you can't date a rock star. We don't know. We should find out.
Yeah.
Don't go into a van with them though. After a fire, do not get into the van with a rock band.
Yes.
We do know that much. That's what we were talking about. The poor choices. I don't know if you were. I don't know what.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know what Casey's doing.
I have to delete images so I can put more in of Chris Pratt, and I clicked on the wrong one, and then you got my crumb.
My crumb's in here. Spirit.
Chrome? What?
Just showed a Mike Chrome image.
So, Son, have you ever seen this movie before?
Yes, many times. I love this movie.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh! When was the first time you watched it?
Oh, probably when it came out. I couldn't wait because I love Megan Fox so much. So yeah, I couldn't wait to see it. Probably like 2009 or whenever it came out.
Wow.
That's what we were just kind of saying.
We never watched it. None of us saw it before.
I watched the Panic at the Disco music video came out for it in 2009. I watched that and then I was like, okay, that's the whole movie. I don't need to see it.
Fair.
But I am glad that I watched it. Finally.
Yeah.
But does it hold up for you? Do you like it as much now as you did when you first? Hell yeah, I like that.
Totally did. Yeah. I thought it was even funnier. I don't know.
So we were talking about that. Like, I never thought it was like funny. I thought it was funny-ish. I feel like they could have went more funny, if that makes any sense, or more scary, or both. That's how I felt.
It was a good balance.
I shouldn't act like I hated this film. Sorry, my dog scratched to come in and then just stares at me. I shouldn't act like I hated this movie because I didn't hate it. There's much, much worse movies that we've reviewed.
There are.
There's some stinkers. I just feel like this could have been a little bit better. But maybe if I saw it when I came out, I would have liked it more.
I'm almost like I'm glad that I watched it now because I'm wondering how much I'm sure I would have liked it, in 2009, but there was so much more I feel like I was able to appreciate having watched, the movies that I have between 09 and 22. I don't know. There was a lot of subtle stuff, even the whole fact, the boy, in this, I loved how the boys were all he gets the pepper spray and they're like, there's a lot of people out there. You gotta be careful. And the one boy's just kind of crying because Chris Pratt got killed. He's just a sad little dude. And Megan Fox, what did they say? Lasagna with teeth.
Right.
When does Chris Pratt die? What?
That's Chris Pratt. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's Chris Pratt, but when does he die? He dies in the fire?
Yeah.
In the fire, yeah.
He gets trampled.
Okay.
I didn't even recognize him there.
I didn't either.
I forgot he was in this. It's what?
I did like the woods scene where she opens her mouth up. That was pretty badass.
Oh, I have a gif of that.
Yeah.
Two gifs of it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Really good.
That was cool. I did enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I really liked the scenes where it was Megan Fox just in the wilderness, when it was her in the woods and then it was her swimming in the lake. I just thought that her in the elements was just really cool to see. That whole lake scene, yeah, she's naked, but it's also, it's got the gray and the mist and the fog kind of vibe. So a little spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they did a little bit more character development early on, if that makes sense. I feel like there was a little bit more they could have done with her character before she gets possessed. I kind of was unsure what was happening. When the fire happened in the bar, I was like, oh, is she already possessed? Is she already a demon? And we just don't know it. That's where I was confused. And then clearly she wasn't, but that kind of threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, the fire seemed like it was some type of demonic or witch.
Yeah.
It was kind of
yeah, they're staring at each other on stage, and it was oh, did they just create this? I was so confused at that moment.
I think they were supposed to be witches, so they were kind of casting a spell on her or something. I think a lot of
so the band might have already been because that's what we were trying to figure out. I thought that was the case, and then when they went to sacrifice her, it seemed like they were just idiots.
he printed it off the internet. He's like, don't worry, dude, I got this.
Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was very
Bowie knife. Sick.
Yeah.
But I did like the I guess I was trying to figure out too, what was the relationship between, so she's a succubus or she's possessed. Did she still have her own mind in her body? Because that part was never too clear. Like if she was totally possessed by a demon, then she's like just this demon without the girl's mind. But like she clearly had an affinity for what's her name, Needy, right? Like so she wasn't killing her best friend still. Like she was still like letting
What's
her
the
hang.
ratio of human to demon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a answer. You know, maybe we never get that answer, but that was what I was thinking about.
Well, that was the one thing I noticed was it took a good hour into the movie for them to explain what happened to her. Like I was kind of doing time checks. I was like, they explained the part where she's explaining to Needy what happened. It was like an hour and 10 minutes in. I was like, if this happened maybe like 30 minutes in, maybe like
Right.
I wouldn't have been so confused for literally half the movie. But I don't know. I don't know if it was just the pacing was a little odd or they just wanted to build that suspense all the way up until the end, essentially. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm assuming it was like, let's have everybody wonder what's happening, which is fine. Like I said, it was fine. I think I was just like kind of like watching it like, this is good. It's okay. Megan Fox looks good.
Yeah.
She still looks good. When she's a monster, I'm like, yeah, she looks good. She's a looking monster. It's worse looking. You know, it could have been worse. Get eaten by Megan Fox.
I did want to make a point. We've watched a lot of movies this year that have involved some type of succubus type creature. Because Trick or Treat, they had the werewolf orgy. Species, they had the hot tub mating praying mantis. And then with this, you've got Megan Fox just picking them off one by one.
Yeah, who's picking these?
Yeah. That would be me, Joe, and Dave.
You guys have great taste.
But to be fair, we were trying. I don't remember. Like we picked all these movies in like one day. We were just like throwing stuff out there just to see what would make a cool cover. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But then like certain ones are just like, hey, that seems like one that I've never seen before. Let's watch it. Yeah, I don't remember what made us pick this one. Probably because it was Megan Fox. To be honest, if I'm being honest.
Of all the Megan Fox movies, this is the best one, in my opinion. Like
this is the best job she's done as an actor, I think.
Yeah.
This
Like,
is all
I heard that a lot, yeah.
I just watched her in The New Girl. I watched The New Girl, which I never watched before. Did you guys ever watch?
Oh yeah, she was in that.
She's in that, and I'm like, she's just not. It wasn't good in it, and I'm like, ooh, she's not a good actor. But like watching this, I was like, oh, she's pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah.
She should get a little Dundee Award for the scene where she gets murdered.
A Dundee?
Well, I don't think she should get an award, like a real one.
some type of acknowledgement.
Get her a
Some
Dundee.
little
Michael
things, like a little.
Right. Michael Scott should get one.
I will say two things. One, I loved how like when she takes the BFF necklace off, Megan Fox is kind of just like, yo, her heart's already gone. She's done. I didn't like that she used a box cutter to pierce her chest. Because I feel like that, I don't know, is that enough force?
It was supposed to be funny.
Probably.
All right, I know.
And it also set up the line, which is like a box cutter. You got your murder weapons at Home Depot. How much?
Yeah, right.
That was the
Right.
best. That's a great line.
Megan Fox had some fantastic lines.
She had the best lines.
Yeah, she had some crazy stuff. The thing about the little shot glasses that she gets, the red, white, and blues, and she's like, "Oh, this one's empty, or this one's lighter."
Yeah, there was like I said, the humor. I don't know. It was humor. It was fun. There was fun parts. I just feel like I don't know it was missing something, and I can't really put it.
A certain je ne sais pas.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't know. just didn't ever get to that point where I was like, yes, this is it. This is great. This is hilarious. Or this is scary.
What kind of movies do you like? Because I feel like nothing ever.
I feel like I hate every movie. No, it's not
like,
true.
I love Rocky.
I gave Terminator a 5, I think.
You did.
Gave Predator a high score. I only watched Arnold Schwarzenegger. Don't worry. Next year, I already know there's a bunch on the schedule that I'm going to give high scores to.
Well, Scott Cookson was asking in the comments if we had a list prepared for next year.
You do?
I know there was some.
It was not posted, though. It
Yeah,
was
but-
just hinted at. I know you went through a
It
few.
might be in our comics. We might have put the list in the comics. Maybe not. Maybe not.
I will say there are some absolute bangers on the list, so I'm very much looking forward to your renditions.
We have a certain theme next year too. It's more of a, I'd say like a hero theme. Is that the right word?
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, Michael,
Well,
I wish.
We'll give too much away.
That would have been awesome.
Dance, magic dance.
Maybe
Magic
maybe if we don't get canceled in 2024, we'll do that.
Huh?
In 2024, we're not canceled yet. We'll do Labyrinth. Ghostbusters. No, you know what? We were gonna do Ghostbusters, but I think because we had just done a Ghostbusters cosplay for New York, we kept it off the list for now. But maybe we don't have a Sun Ghostbusters. So Cool World, that would be good. Cool World would be good.
Cool World? Oh, I love Cool World.
Cool.
No, actually,
cool.
that's Cool World is really bad. I just like the art.
I was gonna say it's an interesting. I like the concept, and I like the. It's still in that era where it's like hand drawn, kind of like cell animation, and the integration very much more like Roger Rabbit, as opposed to like I don't know, Chip and Dale. Robert Rabbit's pretty cool.
Let's get Brian's. I know he has a video. So why don't we, in case Marilyn is going to hop on, let's play Brian's first. See what he has to say, and then if Marilyn doesn't hop on, we can always play her video after that. How's that sound?
Hey guys, Brian O'Halloran here, and I wish I could be there tonight because this is a movie I actually would have loved to have heard the whole conversation about. So we're talking about Jennifer's Body. Got to say, this is one of the higher quality movies that we've reviewed. As far as writing goes, directing, really, really great job. I got to say, Diablo Cody's script is just so wonderfully written in a sense that she really grasped that kind of high school catty, kind of insecure kind of feeling. I think Karen Kusama, who directed this, I think did a phenomenal job with the direction. And pitch perfectly cast with Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried, or Seyfried, or however you say her name. My apologies. I've heard it in many different ways. And also produced by Jason Reitman, no less, and a few others. So incredibly well done. I was highly entertained. Out of all of the horror films that we've had at Movie Club the past 2 years, this is definitely up there with one of the better horror films, especially. I enjoyed the dialogue. I thought it was pitch perfect with what high schoolers would say, that kind of, snapback kind of sarcasm, especially. Really well done. So as a fan of dialogue in general, I thought that's what kept me most entertained, was the witty repartee and stuff like that. The cast in general was really good. You had, Adam Brody, who played, Nikolai Wolf, the lead singer of that band, Low Shoulder. Very funny, like little tongue-in-cheek kind of things like that. I enjoyed the fact that they wanted to make a sacrifice to the music gods to have success, and the greatest success level that they saw was Maroon 5. Really? Okay. Wow. Talk about not dreaming big. So It was really fun watching this. One of my favorite scenes actually was that the initial fire at the bar. I thought that was incredibly well done. All the special effects I thought were incredibly good. I thought they were able to make it look pretty realistic. Any type of special effects that came out of like Megan Fox or anything like that, I thought was really, really good. I thought that initial black evil that came out of her in front of Amanda's character, Needy, kind of looked like, to me, now that we've seen it years later, like it was Venom. Like Venom was about to pop up and be like, listen here, Jennifer, we're going to eat the whole town. Rah! It almost kind of follows that same plot line. She needed to eat people to stay alive, kind of like Venom always had like a high caloric diet. Anyway, so that was my little just trip down a weird lane. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I got to say, seeing J.K. Simmons, apparently the only teacher in that entire school, doing that kind of a role with the one hand. It would be interesting to find out what his backstory was. What was his trauma that made him lose his arm and got some sort of burn on the back of his neck and all that type of stuff. But all the characters were well written. Big ups to Diablo Cody for this script. I thought it was very well done. And it, I'm not really a huge horror fan, but this was well done. I think the amount of gore that they put into it was just right. I think the amount that they put upon Megan Fox to portray was just pitch perfect. I think Amanda Seyfried or Seyfried or whatever did a great job in doing that nerdy girl, no one wants to believe me kind of panicked feel about her. Was really good. Really good pop-ups of like Amy Sedaris and a few others. Chris Pratt pops up in this as well. I mean, these were all people who aren't huge, but they were enough to know, like, oh my God, look who it is, and did their roles incredibly well. So let's get to the rating. I know two people who's definitely probably going to love this. Son probably loves this to death, and I'm sure Krystle it was really enjoying this as well.
We don't know.
So I'm going to think about the Zeboscope chart as you'd put up, or you will put up in a minute here. And I'm thinking about my other reviews. So I'm going to give this one probably a 3.75. Yeah. I know. So I'm like, oh, but I thought you loved it. Yeah, I know. I did. I mean, I could probably say 4, but I'm going to make it a 3.75, just knowing my other reviews of other films that we did. I would definitely recommend people to see it again. I thought it was pretty cool. This was my first time seeing it completely through. I've seen bits and pieces when it's been on like, TBS or whatever. So this is my first time actually making a concentrated effort to watch the whole thing from beginning to end. I was happily surprised. So that's a good thing. Don't know, and how they left it off, seeing what Amanda's character Needy happened to her in prison and stuff, and seeing where it leads at the end. Very clever. I think they made a sequel. I'm not sure if they did. If they did, it totally leaves the door open. Anyway, enough of me talking. Let's get to the rating. I told you 3.75. Good seeing you guys. Hope to see you next week. Sorry I couldn't be there. Bye.
Bye, Brian.
Bye, Brian. Oh, he looks sad at the end there too.
We have a new guest. I think
we do.
Unless it's just the video that was uploaded.
Yeah, I got confused.
Hi! Good to see ya.
It's good seeing you. So it's like I made it. It's like it was a little touch and go there.
Well, I'm glad you made it.
I feel bad, Marilyn, because we could have played your video. Now we're just going to ask you to.
Oh shit! I would have preferred that you played it, and then I just kind of lended a little bit, especially after listening to.
I mean, we could.
but listening to most of Brian's take, because he really gets in depth with his reviews, which is nice. It's like I don't.
You can do what you do.
So what have you said? What have you talked? What have you done?
Well, here's the point. Brian was right. Son loves it the most. We don't know how Krystle feels because Krystle's MIA. Well, the rest of us were kind of underwhelmed, but we didn't hate it. At least I didn't hate it. I don't know if Casey and Noah didn't. I don't think they hated it. I think we all thought like it left some meat on the bone. We felt like the humor was there and there was good parts to the humor. However, it never had the scariness that a horror comedy I feel should have. So that didn't have the bite that I wanted out of a horror comedy, where you really are scared at certain points, where you really, you know, it has some good jump scares, has some good threat, like feeling of like, oh my God, like I need the tension released with the humor. That's how I felt.
I mean, yeah, it definitely didn't have a full-on horror feel to it. And one of the things that I mentioned in my video is I wasn't looking forward to seeing this because I was thinking it was something entirely different. And I don't know what the movie was that I was thinking about. I don't remember what the name of the film is, but once I started watching it, I was like, oh, okay, this is not what I thought it was, but I don't know what this is because I had never seen it before. And like you said, I feel like there was the potential for there to be a lot more, but there were some areas that just I felt needed fleshing out, and that's the one word that I kept using a lot in the video that I sent. It's just there was some things that needed fleshing out because it's Amanda Seyfried's character obviously had some type of I can't think of the word right now. Psychic abilities, but it left you guessing whether she did or didn't.
At the end, because she gets she survives the attack, right? Is that what you're talking about? So like they say like she survives the attack, and if you survive the attack of a succubus, you take on some of their power. Is that what it is?
Yes, but no, that's not where I'm talking about. It's from the very beginning.
Well,
the fire.
You mean the beginning where she kicks? She's in the insane asylum.
No, I'm talking about from the very top of the movie. It's like she has these abilities. It's like knowing when Megan Fox came to the house. She's here. Like she already knew she was there. And then also, then there was another moment where it's like when her boyfriend was getting attacked. It's like she felt that. And there were other instances as well, but those are the two that I can remember right now. See?
May I add?
I wonder if that's what the fire had to do with her.
And that was another area. I didn't know whether that was her kind of her senses kind of manipulating that, or if it was the band that kind of created that.
That's what Sun was saying.
Okay.
Son, what were you going to say? Yes.
So there's obviously magic in the movie, right? Magic is real in the movie. So at one of the scenes where they're shown together as kids playing in the sandbox, she drinks her blood. So there's actually a blood pact between the two of them. So they don't actually they don't explain it, but it's kind of left off to interpretation that there is a magic bond between the two.
See, and that's the problem that I have with the film. There's a lot of that throughout. A lot.
Not explained.
Yeah, that they hint about these little things, but they don't give it a thorough explanation or enough of a backstory.
Or
so
even
there's
like
just
a little bit of an explanation. It is interesting now that you said that, because I wonder if the fire then was either the band, like Son had mentioned, maybe they were witches. I don't know.
It's the Blue Oyster Cult, fire of unknown origin.
I mean,
so that's pretty much my general. What I really liked about the whole thing was the post credits of they didn't just leave it the story of she's going to go and have her way with the guys and have them pay for what they did to Megan's character, but they actually showed that in the clips, and I liked that.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about the ending. I did like that. I liked how she becomes this like anti-hero badass because she survived the attack.
My only complaint with the ending is that at the beginning of the movie, they were like, "Oh, scientists have studied this whirlpool. They don't know where it goes. It goes into the middle of the world. We've thrown all types of stuff in. We haven't found it." And then she's just walking along the side of the road, and there's a creek, and it's like, "Oh, check out these orange balls." Oh,
Yeah.
that to me was like, and I know it's a small thing. There were just like a few small things like that where I was like, she could have gotten out anytime she wanted, but she was just hanging out.
Yeah, there are holes that are like you're like, that doesn't make sense, and those things did bother me too. And probably the only reason I didn't really like this movie more than I did. Yeah.
You know, I'm just kind of looking at the comments here. Michael Moynihan, sorry if I'm pronouncing. It's like leaving the details to the imagination isn't popular with modern audiences. It's like, I'm not a modern audience.
Yeah, I mean, like I get it, and I understand that as a writer of comics and graphic novels, like I feel like in a publisher, I feel like I understand storytelling to a point. I hope, and there are times where you do need to leave things be, like, and you don't need to answer everything for sure.
Right.
And that's, especially if you kind of lay the breadcrumbs where they should, and you don't have to. You can kind of let the audience figure stuff out. And I would agree, like you can do that in some instances. I just didn't feel like it was. I feel like it has to be earned too. I don't know if it was earned in this movie enough, where I felt like, I don't know. I don't want to crap on it because it wasn't bad. It's not a bad movie,
right?
It's more like I kind of was hoping it would be a little bit better than I was hoping I liked it more than I did, but I also didn't hate it. Like I was like,
right,
cool, yeah,
same.
Should we zeboscope chart it? See what's going on. Should we get the zeboscope chart going?
Sure. Okay, so now we're into advanced zeboscope chart.
Oh shit! Okay.
You weren't here last month for.
I saw but I did
watch.
Watch.
So I think this is up to date.
What is a favorite T movie? What is that?
What?
Least favorite Thai movie.
Oh my gosh.
Is that sort of like the zeboscope?
It is. You have to have one typo to the zeboscope chart.
We're a publishing company that hates spell check. I don't
know if the rest of them are like that, and I'm too afraid to see. Oh. Nope, haters spelled right.
Hey, go back to the other part. Least favorite Thai movie. Favorite movie, Aliens. Oh, okay. Species was bad. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. I looked back at my score for Species and I was like, shit, that's what I gave it?
I still can't. What about Fifth Element? Is that a good one? Because I haven't.
Did I spell it again? Oh my god! I don't have spell check on my graph maker.
Krystle's a big fan of Fifth Element.
All right.
All right, go to the other one. I won't make fun of you.
Oh boy.
You won't mention yourself. Biggest fan of Barbarella, obviously Krystle. Jeez.
I have a problem with this.
Wait, did you guys give Fifth Element? I'll give that a 5.
We did.
You got it seriously.
It was the Fifth Element.
It deserved.
What were we supposed to give it?
First of all, I'm only the biggest hater on 2 movies, by the way.
I don't like the fact that I have Total Recall as the biggest hater because I like Total Recall.
And I'm interested. I'm not the biggest fan of everything. Like, there's nothing that I'm the biggest fan of.
I get a lot of flack, but I'm only the biggest hater of 2 of these movies. So I feel
yeah, it's like I got nothing as biggest fan either. So
are people like, is there somebody rewatching these and going, yeah, like this person definitely is a hater? No.
Casey. Okay.
I'm very excited. So I've decided, and I'm doing it. So January Movie Club, first 10 minutes is going to be the 2022 Zeboscope Movie Club Awards ceremony, where we show off who is the biggest hater of the whole group for the whole year, who's the biggest fan, and then I'm going to do a statistical analysis of who's closest in movie tastes.
Mm.
I'm very excited. It's going to be really good.
I just want you guys to visualize Casey with like a transparent, like moving things around. Like a beautiful line, like writing it with chalk on the window.
Wait, where's that Charlie GIF?
Oh my god, I had to get rid of it.
Why did you get rid of the Charlie?
to make room for the snail.
So, who wants to start with their?
We still have more charts.
Well, Brian kind of started it.
Get to the charts.
Okay. Did we spell average right?
Avivrage.
Okay, I see why I get the biggest hater because I have a 2.83. Okay.
Yeah.
I love how average the scores are. Just
2.83. Very average. The thing is, a 2.5 would be like a very average movie, right? Like if it's a scale of 5, you would think a 2.5 to a 3 is average.
There's been some.
I would say more 3, but okay.
You guys are, everybody else is above a 3, so it's like we're watching these amazing movies, and we're not. We haven't watched anything great yet.
There's also been some spiked scores thrown around.
Perception.
Like Barbarella getting a 5 is an absolute.
Well,
that's a spite score.
It's a spite.
Yeah.
Freaking Fifth Element getting 3 5s is inconceivable.
What?
It's not though. It was a good movie.
That's according to taste, though. And that's
I
why there's so many of us here.
That's why I'm here to keep things going. Okay, let's start. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, Marilyn.
It's actually second because Brian went first.
Brian, what did he give it? A 3.25.
7.5.
Yeah.
Jesus, Brian. Okay.
I'm gonna go straight down the middle with a 3. Because I didn't love it, I didn't hate it, and it was fine. It just, you know, it entertained me.
Okay.
But it didn't leave me feeling like all warm and fuzzy with it either.
Right. Very fair score. I like that score. Anyone else ready to go? Noah. Casey.
I'll go. I'll throw it in there. So I'm actually going to be a copycat, and I'm going to give it a 3 too. Not a 32, but a 3.2 TOO. Just because I looked at my scores earlier and I gave Species like a 2.5. And I can't in good faith put this movie in a 2 if Species is in a 2. Right. So I've got to give it a 3. I think the writing was really well done. Some of the conversations were great. Some of the character like work was fantastic. Just little, side comments, whatever, that put it all together. But like I said, the problem is I don't know what to do to make it better. I don't have an answer. So like there's something missing. I don't know what it is, but I that's it. 3.
Casey.
Oh, can you go first?
Fun.
I like this movie a lot. I think it's like hilarious. Like I laughed almost the entire time. I think the script is totally perfect. I just love it. There's like the right amount of grossness and sexiness and funny, and I think it's a 4 for me.
I thought you were going to go higher.
A lot. So I have fun watching it.
You only went 4. Okay, I was waiting for a 4.5 or a 5. Interesting.
I was initially going to give it a 4.5. I probably should.
You give it whatever you want.
We should just do an out of 10, and then that way we can give it a more accurate.
We'll consider it for 2023.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll change things. We'll screw up our Zenescope chart, though. And
Casey's statistical analysis.
Son is a 4.5 or a 4 or 4.25
for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Final answer.
Okay, me?
Yes, you.
Okay. Yeah, no, a 4. No, I'm happy with 4.
Take on 4. Okay.
That would be an 8 out of 10 versus a 9 out of 10.
Hey, these
If
are
that helps. If
way
we're going
too
by
many
tens.
numbers. There are too
That's
many numbers being
what I'm
thrown
looking
around.
That would be a 9 out of 10.
8.
Okay, Casey, are you ready?
No, because okay, so now so I do what Noah does, and I'm looking at my
Don't
past
stop
scores.
looking at your
But
past.
no, this is important. This is really important. So species, I put us at 3.25, which
I don't know what you were smoking. What kind of crap?
But then I look
The type
and
of
I'm like,
Well,
the
hold on. Did you
crow
give
is-
species a better score than aliens?
I gave everything a better score than aliens.
You
Yeah.
gave the knockoff aliens a better score than aliens.
Yeah, it's insane. The most insane thing
Sorry,
I've ever-
continue.
You
All right,
guys
fair.
made me do one. Okay, that one doesn't count. Okay, so 3.25 for species. And then I gave the crow a 3.5. And I feel that's terrible. Like they are not similar movies. So now I want to put something in between, but I don't know what to do. So
Absentee.
Do not go to 3 point. We're not doing 3.333. We're not doing.
Marilyn did that.
You went 3.25.
No,
I'm gonna
you know
do
what?
it.
I'm gonna hit it with a 3.33. Thank you. Thank you.
Good thinking, Ralph.
Anything goes now. 3.46.
I like it.
This is
Oh,
getting
you
ridiculous.
I
This
do
is
think that we've
ridiculous.
got some crazy fractions.
We gotta stop with the fractions. You guys stop. This is out of control. Okay.
Move it. Hey, do what Son
No.
said. If you make it a 10, you won't have to use as many little numbers.
No, because we'd still do it. We would still do it.
Everybody that's watching right now,
Make
please
it
write your
5.
score in as many decimals as possible.
How about
We're not
this?
doing. Hey, Casey, give it a real score.
I'm giving it a 3.33
Oh.
repeating. That's what Marilyn gave. What was it?
I did.
You did. You gave one of them. You gave Total Recall a 3.3 repeating.
Okay.
Repeating.
Can't with you guys.
3.3 with a little dash over the top.
Yeah.
Jeff asks, what would be a 5 in my opinion?
RoboCop.
Jeff, I think I gave Terminator a 5. I gave Godfather would get a 5. Goodfellas get a 5. Not all mob movies. I'm just saying those are 5. Heat might get a 5.
It's another mob movie.
All the Italian movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The original
hey,
Matrix. The original
does it
Matrix.
have Pacino? Does it have De Niro? It's
Matrix
not a
could
5.
get a 5. You know,
Matrix
there's plenty of 5s out there. I just don't. Oh,
We haven't
shit.
seen them.
But they're just not on the list.
Actually, I think Matrix is on next year's list, so I'm not going to say it's a 5 yet. I got to rewatch it. Okay.
Son, didn't you already do a Matrix cover?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Real quick on this movie, it's not as bad as I made it seem. I just wanted it to be better.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm torn. I'm also torn, but I'm not going to do a 2.368. Whatever.
Good.
I'm gonna say this is probably because I also am grading on the Megan Fox curve.
Oh, you didn't tell me about the Megan Fox.
Yeah,
curve.
there's a Megan Fox curve.
What there is?
There
are a few.
That's a full point to the rating. No, I'm gonna go 2.75 on this movie.
Oh my god.
A fraction.
What?
How's that? And moving forward, I think we should just rate
Above
movies
average.
by
2.75.
color. So like red to purple, and that should be our rating system.
We don't have
that would be
Krystle's
confusing.
rating.
I give it a green.
Bram Stoker's Dracula is a very good movie. I would like to watch that again.
Minus Keanu.
Robert
Keanu.
P. Independence Day. I don't think it's a 5. I think you got to rethink that.
What?
Okay. I don't know.
The average score is a 3.31
For what?
2 decimals away.
for Jennifer's Body out of everyone's.
This 3.33 is craziness. Okay. Can we see the covers? See the covers.
We can see one of them on YouTube.
the cover. We see the cover.
Let's see the cover.
Oh, that was quick. Bam.
Heck yeah.
Bam.
And that's
Nice.
like uncanny too.
It's so good.
I was definitely trying as much as possible to not make it look like her.
Well, but here's the thing,
make
like
her
it's she's still got the, which I'm not saying it's like a bad thing. I love it. It looks awesome. But she's, you've got the dark hair, you've got the dark eyes, and then you've just got that, like, I don't know, spooky.
I love the background on this one too.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just, you know, but it's the cover, like the one of the DVD covers, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's try to homage the.
I don't know who the character is supposed to be.
Huh?
Jasmine. It was
It is-
actually
Oh, it is Jasmine. Okay.
they
Thanks, Michael.
almost put on Jasmine's body in the
Jazz.
same font. Yeah.
Gotcha.
There was a layout with it.
There's the cover. I think the link is up. I hope. Mark, if you're out there, let's see if Mark emailed it to me. We can drop it in the comments if he's watching. Great cover. It is available on the website right now. If I have a link, I will share it. We have next month's movie as well to announce. Gremlins.
2.
Ooh.
Yay.
We
Gremlins.
have a
All right,
Santa.
get it off the screen. Get it off the screen. Too much time.
Oh.
You guys are getting way too liberal with these layouts. I should have never done it. Now
I'm
you're
sorry.
posting them.
The fans like him.
When
Gremlins.
Fans like them. What were we gonna say, Marilyn?
when is that one? Like when is that the week before Christmas?
That is a good question. It's this. What is it? When is it?
Just be here on Christmas Day.
It's something.
It's the 25th.
No,
Forget your
it's-
families. Forget your loved ones. We've got movie club.
Casey, do you have the date of movie club?
Not off the top of my head, but I
No,
can
let
look
me
it up real quick.
2022.
I'm dropping in the link for there.
Let me see.
Date for movie club.
Oh, the
Thank you,
22nd.
Mark.
Okay.
Yep.
Is it
22nd.
22nd?
That's what the schedule
Then
said.
it's 22nd. 22nd. I'll be in Philly.
I'll be in
the office probably.
I will be here at home recovering from surgery.
No.
Well, Marilyn, we are glad you still were able to pop on, even though you're recovering. We do appreciate you.
Well, no, I just had a doctor's appointment that it was,
Okay. It was just a doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just a doctor's
Oh, not
appointment.
that I thought you had surgery today. That would have been.
No,
Like, I'm gonna come on after my surgery.
I gotta do it. Wheel me in.
All you see is just
Movie
the face in
club.
the hole.
She's dedicated to movie scope. Okay, so you're having surgery
next month. Yeah.
Okay, so we wish you the best in your
Thank
surgery.
you. Thank you.
We will be doing Gremlins, a movie I never saw before. So
Really?
How's that
Never
Wow.
saw
possible?
I've never seen
Never saw.
I know
Gremlins.
you've never seen it.
Casey,
I'm
you're
surprised
young.
you have.
Ralph is a little older than you, so yeah.
A little bit. I imagine. How old's Gremlins? 30 something years old.
It's like 80 something.
Oh, really?
So you get over 30 years old. I managed my entire life not to see it. No, I had never had an inkling to watch it. Now I will be.
Wow. Okay.
Gremlins 2. I say we do a double feature.
No, we won't be doing it.
We do
that.
Gremlins
'Cause I have
1
a
and 2
feeling
back.
Gremlins is going to get a low score, but I don't know. I can't say yet. Well, does anybody have anything to plug at all before we
Yes.
say? Oh, Marilyn,
Yes.
yes. Go.
Yes.
Go
So,
for it.
so two things. Whoever is in the Jersey area on December 1st can catch my directorial debut on a short film that I did called A Mother's Love, and it's going to be at the Smodcastle Film Festival, Kevin's first film festival, at the 9:30 time slot, I believe.
Oh, sweet.
And then the following weekend, in 2 weeks, or well, that same weekend, I won't be at the film festival. I'll be in Columbus, Ohio at GalaxyCon along with Brian, Jeff, Trevor, Kevin, Jason, Rosario, and Joey Lauren Adams.
Awesome. That sounds awesome. I wish
No,
I
that's
was
awesome.
in that.
Congratulations on the movie.
Yeah, congrats.
That's very
Thank you.
exciting.
Yeah. Well,
Thank
go
you.
support Marilyn's movie if you're in the area. That'd be awesome.
Yay.
Okay. There we go. I have something to plug. Guys, VIP event. Go get your tickets. Early bird pricing. We're going to NOLA. NOLA.
NOLA.
For those who don't know, it's New Orleans.
I didn't know that. Everyone's
March
talking about
10th.
NOLA this and NOLA that.
10th and 11th. We're going to be in NOLA for our VIP event. There's a guy with a what is that?
A trombone.
Trombone. I was trying to say trombone, but I was going to say trumpet. The guy with a trombone will be there. We got Ebas. We got Don McTague. We got Mike Crone. We're trying to get Sun. We'll see if I can convince her. We are going to have a lot of fun shit going down. So get your tickets today. There's a link.
Early bird special goes until Sunday. If you were looking to get the cheapest seats possible, now's your chance. Do it before they're gone.
You guys, and we there is a hotel block, so the hotels are actually very cheap right now. And I'm going to drop the link in. If you haven't gotten your tickets, you have till Sunday. You got early bird pricing. Spend your vacation with us because we have a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll see you there. That's my plug. Girls, ladies, gentlemen, it's been real. Appreciate your
does someone want to plug anything?
Son. She
I
didn't see
got nothing. Somebody asked about doing a Black Friday sale. That is a good idea. I might.
Go to Sun's website. She's not plugging herself, but you gotta check out her stuff. It's amazing, obviously. Noah, Casey, you're gonna plug that you're just
We have a show.
love Zenescope. Yeah.
We have a show.
Plug. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Our names are in it. It's called
Plug
Coffee
your
with Casey and Noah. It's
For
every
now,
Monday.
we're rebranding it.
We might
Okay.
rebrand.
They're rebranding their show because of low rating. Guys, support Coffee.
We've got guest appearances.
Get their ratings up so Joe and I don't have to cancel their show.
We're never gonna get canceled. We're gonna go pirate radio.
I'm
We're
just
gonna go out to
kidding. I
sea.
joke.
We're reading your
You're the
book
highest
next week.
rated show. You're the highest rated show on Zenescope TV.
Actually, Casey, you know what? Maybe we don't need to read Salem's Daughter for Monday. Maybe we should read something else.
Or we should
Maybe
read
we
a
should
Joe
read-
book instead.
Yeah, maybe we should read something by an author who appreciates our commentary.
I love Coffee with Casey. All right, listen. Watch Coffee with Casey and Noah might be rebranded. Go see Sun at her website and Marilyn at her film festival, and come join us.
I won't be at the film festival. I'll be at the GalaxyCon, but go see my movie.
Oh, you're not gonna be at the film festival.
I can't. I'm going to be in Columbus, Ohio.
Same weekend.
Yep.
Busy bee. Busy bee.
Damn it. Well, go see her movie, or go to Galaxy, or do both. Okay. Love you all. Been real.
Bye-bye.
Love.